Right, hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Mary and I work voluntary for Kids Country. Today I'm going to show you how to make bread rolls, but from this recipe we can make a large loaf from it. And these were some that I made earlier, and this is what we're going to attempt to achieve today for you to make and try. So they're the rolls. Okay, now the first thing that we need is 500 grams. You look at the recipe that you'll have on your table, is 500 grams of strong bread flour. 500 grams of bread flour. And that we put into our bowl. And then I'm going to add some salt to this. Very carefully into that and give it a stir. And then I'm going to weigh, because I'm going to use margarine today, but you could use oil if you wanted to, but I'm going to use 10 grams of margarine. And this is where we need to be careful that we've got the correct weight. This actual scale goes up in 20s, so I'm slightly a bit over on there. Then I'm going to add that to my flour, and using my fingertips we're going to rub that margarine into the flour until it disperses through and you haven't got any large lumps of it. It's a bit like if you make a crumble or pastry, you might have done that at home. The same process and method is done. Okay. I'm then going to make a little well in there. Get my scissors. I'm going to open a packet of the dried yeast. Just snip the corner off and pour, as you can see. It is the same as fresh, but it's been dried and you've got these fine little particles on there. And if you smell it, it smells the same as the fresh yeast. Put these out of the way. I'm going to add a little bit of sugar just to help make that ferment. And then I'm going to add my water. Now, what I do, because you need 300 ml of water, I tend to use it from the kettle that has been boiled. And I will put about just under 200 in there. And then I'm going to top it up with cold water from the tap to the 300. And what I'm trying to achieve is the water to be tepid, warm. Now I am going to remove my gloves for this because I need to feel, because if the water is too hot, it will may kill the yeast off, and then it won't rise. I'm just going to tip a little bit of that away and put in a bit more warm water. So it was a little bit cool. That's better. Okay. Now, what we do, because you can see I've got a well, I'm going to add the water to it and start to bring it together, cutting it through using a knife, get that in, and then continue adding the water, bringing it together. And you see it's all beginning to form into the dough. Now sometimes you might need a little drop more water, and you'll know by the feel of it. And once I've got this all coming together, which I'm now going to use my hands, and bring it round to get it into a nice dough. There we go. That's feeling quite all right water-wise. There we go. That's got it, and the bowl's near enough clean. There we go. Let's put that out of the way. And I'm going to put it onto my surface and then gently start to knead it together, because it feels quite rough and I need to get it to a nice smooth dough. I always think of it like a pillow. If you want to put your head on it and go to sleep, that's what it feels like. Okay. We're going to knead. You're going to have to keep pushing it. So if you bring it towards you and push it out, bring it towards you and push it out, and keep kneading it. Now you're going to have to do this for about 10 minutes. So you're all going to end up with nice big muscles when you're done. But what you could do is in your group or on your table where you're making this bread, is take it in turns and all have a little push and knead with it. So be patient until it's your turn, and I'm sure your bit of kneading will make the bread lovely. Okay, now do you remember we talked about it being elastic and what have you? Can you see how it pulls? And as it gets smoother, you'll see that a lot better. Right, now then, here's the dough after that 10 minutes or more kneading, pushing and pulling of it, and you can see how elastic it's getting down, how much smoother it is, and we can pull it about. So this now is ready to mould.